G'day mate, and welcome to Days Behind, where we unveil the trivia and stories behind holidays and national days. Let's talk about Australia Day. Celebrated every year on January 26th, it's a ripper of a day, full of national pride, barbecues and reflections on the country's past. But it's also a complex day, with different meanings for different people. For many, it's a celebration of Australia's achievements and its diverse culture. For others, it's a reminder of past injustices and a call for reconciliation. No matter how you mark the day, Australia Day is a chance to learn more about this amazing country. It's a land of stunning landscapes, unique wildlife, and friendly people. From the bustling cities to the vast outback, there's something for everyone in Australia. So grab yourself a snag, that's a sausage for you non-Aussies, and join us as we explore the history, celebrations, and fun facts that make Australia Day so special.
To understand Australia Day, we need to rewind back to 1788. Picture this, 11 ships packed with convicts and crew sailing into Sydney Harbour. This was the first fleet, led by Captain Arthur Phillip, and their arrival on January 26th marked the beginning of European settlement in Australia. The British claimed the land as their own, calling it New South Wales, but there was already a population here, of course, the Aboriginal people. They'd been living in Australia for tens of thousands of years, with their own rich cultures and connection to the land.
The arrival of the First Fleet had a profound impact on the Aboriginal people. Their land was taken, their way of life disrupted. It's a painful history, and one that continues to shape Australia today. For many years, January 26th was celebrated as a day of national pride, marking the birth of modern Australia. But in recent times, there's been growing awareness of the different perspectives on this date. Some Australians, particularly Indigenous Australians, see it as a day of mourning, marking the dispossession of their ancestors.
So how do Australians celebrate Australia Day today? Well, it's a day of contrasts, reflecting the country's diverse population and history. For many, it's a day for backyard barbecues, beach trips, and catching up with mates. The smell of snags sizzling on the barbie fills the air, and the sound of laughter echoes through the streets.
Official ceremonies are held across the country with flags raised and speeches made. New citizens are welcomed, adding to Australia's rich multicultural tapestry. And there are often parades, concerts, and fireworks displays. But alongside these celebrations, there are also protests and commemorations. Some Indigenous Australians and their supporters mark January 26th as Invasion Day or Survival Day, drawing attention to the impact of colonization. These events are a reminder of the ongoing struggle for reconciliation and recognition.
Now let's lighten the mood a bit with some fun facts about Australia Day. Did you know that the first ever Australia Day regatta, a sailing race, was held in Sydney Harbour way back in 1836? It's still going strong today, a testament to Australia's love affair with the water. And speaking of water, one of the most popular Australia Day traditions is the thong throwing competition. Yep, you read that right. People hurl thongs, flip-flops for our American friends, as far as they can. It's all in good fun, of course, and a great way to embrace the laid-back Aussie spirit. Another quirky tradition is the annual Aussie of the Year award. This prestigious honour recognises Australians who've made significant contributions to their communities and the nation. Past winners have included sporting heroes, scientists, artists, and everyday heroes.
As we've seen, Australia Day is a complex and multifaceted event. It's a time for celebration, but also a time for reflection and reconciliation.
The journey towards a more inclusive and equitable Australia is ongoing. It requires listening to and respecting different perspectives, acknowledging past wrongs, and working together to create a better future.
Despite the challenges, there's a growing movement in Australia towards reconciliation. More and more Australians are engaging in meaningful conversations about the country's history and the legacy of colonisation.
There's a growing recognition of the importance of Indigenous culture and a desire to create a more just and equitable society for all Australians.